A really frequent question I get in the comments of every video is what is the most gentle bit? When trying to answer, we need to understand how the mechanics of a bit can make it more or less gentle. Quick caveats that we are discussing bits only and not bitless. This is a really high level overview. We aren't discussing hard or soft hands, only the objective mechanics, and also you can use bits for many different things, with different aims, but if we were to identify gentle bits, we're talking about ones with the least amount of pressure for the horse when the same amount of rein contact is used. Every horse is different, so they can prefer pressure in different areas than other horses, but there are bits objectively more or less gentle than others. So the first thing to consider is where the bit is applying pressure. When looking at the cheek of a bit, they can create a pure pullback effect where the pressure is generally straight back against the mouth, usually with a slight upwards effect depending on head position. We then have cheeks that can create pole pressure. These are usually used with curb straps, so you would have pressure created in the mouth, on the poll and under the chin. Then there are cheeks that generally fit into the gag category, that cause pole pressure but also have a lip lifting effect as the bit raises in the mouth, so you will have pressure in the mouth, on the poll and the lips to a much greater degree. Looking at mouthpieces, there are generally two pressure point areas, the tongue and the bars. Some bits can also hit the roof of the mouth. These aren't too common, but a gentle bit would not have roof of the mouth pressure at all. The preference of pressure between the tongue and the bars is horse specific, but generally from anecdotal experience, horses often prefer pressure on the tongue over the bars. Then we need to consider amplification of pressure and pressure distribution. For cheek pieces, a bit with less leverage and so less amplification of the rein pressure will be more gentle than one with greater leverage. But a bit with no leverage will be more gentle again because there's no amplification at all. A mouthpiece that is really thin will feel harsher to the horse than a wider mouthpiece because the wider mouthpiece can distribute pressure more over the mouth. You can easily test this out for yourself by picking up one of these buckets filled with water using the plastic handle versus the metal handle underneath. You will very quickly feel the difference, and even though the weight of the bucket is the same, the pressure you feel with a thinner handle will be far greater. There is a balance though, because a bit that's too thick can end up creating unintended consistent pressure, but a gentle bit will not be thin or twisted. A lot of people going for double jointed bits often go for the common French link or similar. These have very small surface areas and often protrude further down than the rest of the bit, causing more tongue pressure than bits that have a smooth central joint that runs in line with the rest of the bit. So feel for any lumps or bumps along your bit, and if it's bumpy then there will be gentler options available. I have loads of videos on TikTok about different bit mechanics and a huge online library at bitmechanicsonline.com going through the mechanics of different bits, but to answer the question at the start of the video, the most gentle bit would be a snaffle cheek with a mouthpiece that does not create any additional pressure points, such as a lozenge or barrel centre. Although that isn't to say these are always the best options, brands do create different variations and there is an array of other gentle bits out there too. There's still a lot more to the discussion, such as unjointed versus jointed, material that the mouthpiece is made of, and riding styles. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment and consider signing up to bitmechanicsonline.com to learn more.